One thing I have to make it very clear, atrocities took place during the military regime and during the time there was a fighting between these things. And my government, now the current government in power, was trying, and even the previous governments were trying to reconcile these issues and come up with some kind of resolution on how to address the atrocities that took place, many parts, specifically the place, the northwestern region of Somalia. But the idea of recognizing part of Somalia, I think we believe it was a calculated effort by the Israelis occupying force to distract the world. And we really appreciate when you see the not only the members of the Security Council, which overwhelmingly, not overwhelmingly, all of them supported the sovereignty and territorial integrity of Somalia. And we really appreciate this. But the way I see it is this was designed specifically to distract. But the government is willing, and there is representatives from that region, from the Northwest region, that are in the government and that are serving in the federal parliament and that are serving the upper house of the parliament. And there is a discussion was going on before even these things, because I participated a dialogue between the Somaliland and Somalia that took place in 2012, 2013, 2014. And this was something that was ongoing, but was never question of sovereignty or territorial integrity of Somalia was any country that recognized or at least thought about this. Because there is the idea even in Somaliland no longer exists. Somaliland was, when we got independence, was two regions, Northeast and Northwest region. And Northeast, which is about 45% of the territory and 45% of probably the population, if it's not more, are also part of the federal government of Somalia. And the Northwest region, part of that Northwest region, which borders toward Djibouti, are also trying to say that they don't want to be part of secessionist group. This is basically, it's not a problem of sovereignty or territorial integrity. It's a small group that want to succeed, and secessionist group from this. But again, as I said, the government, even though this exists, the government is trying to come up with some kind of dialogue and open a dialogue and see how best, without any military offense or without all these things, to solve the problem that, if there is a problem that is saying that it exists, how to react on support on this kind of thing. So I don't know any more answer, but I think we have representatives from that region in the government, and there is a dialogue already going before even these things.
Please.
Thank you, Ambassador. It's Georgia Garangioti from Athens and Cyprus news agencies. I'm wishing you good luck on your presidency. Do you expect a consensus on the renewal of Cyprus mission mandate? I mean, do you expect a smooth process? Thank you.
As you know, Security Council continues to support the Secretary General's good office and calls always for a dialogue, restraint, and a peaceful negotiated settlement within the UN framework. It's important to respect the status quo in a buffer zone and stabilization role of the UNIFISP while urging confidence-building measures that reduce tensions. And I don't think it's going to be any problem, but there was going to be listening to the Secretary General's report and see how we can move forward and how to contribute on a peaceful dialogue and to create an environment that are acceptable for all parties. I thank you.
Thank you, Murad Hashim, Al Jazeera Arabic. The Security Council remains silent on the recent developments in Yemen, specifically the crisis with the SCTC. Why? And do you expect a meeting before this, the one scheduled on 14, on this to address this crisis?
Thank you again. The Yemen is a priority for Somalia. You know, we are neighbors, and the Security Council also remains a priority. Yemen a priority for the Security Council. But the most important thing is the de-escalation of the issue. I think that's very critical, not only for Yemen only, but also for the whole region, and also the protection of civilians and the humanitarian support of the humanitarian needs that the people of Yemen needs, but also support on sustainable political settlement. Ensuring the safety, also the UN is very critical because of the some of the arrests that was made by the Houthis on some UN employee. That has also impacted on the humanitarian, but we are trying our best to come up with some way to provide that humanitarian needs that's there and prevent a famine or de-escalation of the de-escalation of the problem of Yemen. And we remain concerned the recent development of the STC, but there's still dialogue going on, and we are waiting a report from the this secretariat from the SRSG of the special envoy of the Secretary General of Yemen soon.
Thank you, Farnoosh Jamiri with the Associated Press. Thanks for having this press conference. I wanted to follow up on some of the Somaliland stuff, most specifically because your president has said that Israel's recognition of this was connected to Somalia or Somaliland taking Gazans who are being, some say forcibly removed from Gaza as the reconstruction and rehabilitation of the Strip happens. Can you confirm that that is something that you guys have agreed to? And then secondly, I want to get your reaction to a onslaught of anti-Somali rhetoric that has been going on in the U.S., most specifically from the President of the United States, and some of the, the rhetoric and even violent threats against Somali Americans in the U.S. Thank you.
The first part of what Israel's goal is, I think they did not make it's not even secret. They want to export the Palestinians from Gaza to any country that accepts. And I think one of the conditions, probably the recognition of Somaliland. We can't even call Somaliland anymore because one region of that is already part of Somalia. So we have to call it the northwest region of Somalia. And I think there was a report that the secretly accepted 1.5 million Palestinians from Gaza to be deported and exported to Somaliland. And that is unacceptable because we're not going to accept a single forced Palestinian to a land, Somaliland, wherever it is. So I think this idea, the whole thing is destruction of try to eliminate the Palestinians from Gaza and also distract the world on focusing on the atrocities that's taking place in Gaza and the West Bank.
Thank you.